Encouragement is spreading. In fact, you could say it's becoming contagious. Welcome to Keep the Faith. I'm Penny, filling in for Donna Cruz today.
And I'm Keith Stevens. Maybe you're rushing into this year, anxious for a new beginning, anxious to create your own peace. As you listen to this hour of Keep the Faith, you just might find that ironically, what you need is to be still.
One of the first verses I ever memorized as a little girl was Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. And I struggled with that sometimes, like, Lord, we don't live in a still world. But I began to understand what it actually means was let go.
Just breathe. Just breathe. Come and rest at my feet.
Perhaps the most insightful part of what I experienced as I sat on the road for 2 hours was the difference between those drivers who had a good attitude and those who didn't. Because the ones who weren't bothered by the chaos, they seemed to have peace. Their day wasn't ruined. And they were also the ones who got through the mess faster, who found favor with other cars, and who merged more quickly.
Singing, oh, Lord, keep me in the moment. Help me live with my eyes wide open. What you have for me. Singing, oh, Lord, show me what matters. Throw away what I'm chasing after. 'Cause I don't want to miss what you have for me.
I remember God's faithfulness in every area of my life. I remember the laughter of my children and the fact they're walking with Jesus. I remember the times my wife has loved me when I didn't deserve it. I remember the times when God came alongside when I wouldn't have if I had been God.
I'm not gonna be afraid, 'cause these waves are only waves. I'm not gonna be afraid. No, I'm not gonna be afraid.
They're called memorials in the Bible. You build them, you look at them, you remember, and then you have enough faith for a new year.
If you need more stillness and rest in your life, there's some encouragement coming up from a furry friend. Next on Keep the Faith.
This year's felt like 4 seasons of winter, and you'd give anything to feel the sun. Always reaching, always climbing, always second guessing the timing. But God has a plan, a purpose in this. You are his child, and don't you forget. He put that hunger in your heart. He put that fire in your soul. His love is the reason to keep on believing. When you feel like giving up, when you feel like giving in, his love is the reason to keep on believing. If we could pull back the curtain of heaven, we would see his hand on everything. Every hour, every minute, every second, he's always been in it. Don't let a shadow of a doubt take hold. Hold on to what you already know. He put that hunger in your heart. He put that fire in your soul. His love is the reason He's the hope in the heartbreak, the rest in the suffering. He's closer than the air you breathe, from the start to the end, to the in-between. Don't you dare doubt even for a minute what he started in you, yeah, he's gonna finish. He put that hunger in your heart, put that fire in your soul. His love is the reason to keep on believing. Just keep on believing. When you feel like giving up, when you feel like giving in, His love is the reason to keep on believing. It's the reason. It's the reason. His love is the reason. It's the reason. It's the reason. His love is the reason. Hey.
Contagious encouragement to help you find peace in the stillness. This is Keep the Faith.
I've carried a burden for too long on my own. I wasn't created to bear it alone. I hear your invitation to let it all go. I see it now, I'm laying it down. I know that I need you. I've run to the Father, fall into grace. I'm done with the hiding, no reason to wait. My heart needs a surgeon, my soul needs a friend. So I run to the Father again and again and again and again. Oh, oh, oh. You saw my condition, had a plan from the start. Your son for redemption, the price for my heart. I don't have a context for that kind of love. I don't understand, I can't comprehend. All I know is I need you. I brought to the Father, fall into grace. I'm done with the hiding, no reason to wait. My heart needs a surgeon, my soul needs a friend. So I run to the Father again and again and again and again. Oh, 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 oh,
You're listening to Keep the Faith.
Hey, I'm Keith Stevens. Even in a pandemic, there's the temptation to to take control in order to feel a sense of peace or make things normal again. And if you want to be still, you can't find the time or the place. Trish Blackwell is Keep the Faith's confidence coach and knows the importance of hitting the pause button. You can find out about her College of Confidence and the Confidence Podcast at KeepTheFaith.com.
If you were to come visit me at home, you would be greeted enthusiastically by my little puppy, Finnegan. His red, wiry hair isn't very pleasant to pet, but he'll convince you to pet him anyways. And when you finally do tire of petting him, he'll retreat to his favorite spot in the house, which is the pocket of sunshine that streams in onto my hardwood kitchen floors. The thing I've watched and learned from Finnegan is that he always knows how to find the sunlight. He makes no excuse for his need for light and warmth, and instead he naps all day. When I think about these pockets of light, they invite me in, they warm me, they renew me. They're places of hope, and as Finnegan has demonstrated, they are places of rest. And this week, with intentionality, I'm going to step into every single pocket of sunshine I see, and I might just stay there a while.
Alarm clock screaming, bare feet hit the floor. Yeah, it's off to the races, everybody out the door. I'm feeling like I'm falling behind, it's a crazy life. 90 miles an hour, going fast as I can, trying to push a little harder, trying to get the upper hand. So much to do in so little time, it's a crazy life. It's ready, set, go, it's another wild day when the stress is on the rise. In my heart I feel you say, just breathe, come and rest at my feet and just be. Chaos calls, but all you really need is to just breathe. Third cup of Joe just to get me through the day. Wanna make the most of time, but I feel it slip away. I wonder if there's something more to this crazy life. I'm busy, and it's no surprise to see that I only have time for me. There's gotta be something more to this crazy life. I'm hanging on tight to another wild day when it starts to fall apart. In my heart I hear you say, just breathe, come and rest at my feet and just be. Chaos calls, but all you really need is to take it in, fill your lungs, the peace of God that overcomes. Just breathe. Let your weary spirit rest, lay down what's good and find what's best. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Come and rest at my feet and just be. Chaos calls, but all you really need is to just breathe. Just breathe.
Ask anything and it will be done for you. John 15:7. We're not going to see peace take place through man's efforts. It's only God touching the hearts of man that will see peace take place.
There is love that never dies. There is peace in troubled times. When we help them understand, Jesus
This is Keep the Faith.
Like so many artists and performers, this past year for Danny Gokey has been a season of stillness that he didn't necessarily choose. Maybe you can relate, at least to some extent. Well, he shares how it's actually been a blessing in disguise. Next on Keep the Faith.
I know a place where we can go to lay the troubles down, eating your soul. I know a place where mercy flows. Take the stains, make you whiter than snow. Like a tide, it is rising up deep inside a current that moves and makes it come alive. Living water that brings the dead to life. We're going down to the river, down to the river, down to the river to pray. Let's get washed by the water, washed by the water, and rise up in amazing grace. Let's go down, down, down to the river. You will leave change. Let's go down, down, down to the river. Never the same. I've seen it move in my own life. Took me from dusty roads into paradise. All of my dirt, all of my shame, drowned in the streams that have made me born again. Like a tide, it is rising up deep inside a current that moves and makes it come alive. Living water that brings the dead to life. We're going down to the river, down to the river, down to the river to pray. Let's get washed by the water, washed by the water, and rise up in amazing grace. Let's go down, down, down to the river. You will leave change. Let's go down, down, down to the river. Never the same. Let's go down. Let's go down. Let's go down. We're going down to the river, down to the river, down to the river to pray. Let's get washed by the water, washed by the water, and rise up in amazing grace. Let's go down, down, down to the river. You will leave change. Let's go down, down, down to the river. Never the same. Oh, down. Gonna go down in amazing grace. Down, down, down to the river. Gonna go down in amazing grace.
Life can be so stressful and exhausting. As you listen to Keep the Faith, we hope you can be still and find peace.
Line number one, you're supposed to have it all together. And when they ask how you doing, just smile and tell them never better. Line number two, everybody's life is perfect except yours. So keep your messes and your wounds and your secrets safe with you behind closed doors. But truth be told, the truth is rarely told. I say I'm fine, yeah I'm fine, oh I'm fine, hey I'm fine, but I'm not. I'm broken, and when it's out of control I say it's under control, but it's not. And you know it. I don't know why it's so hard to admit it, when being honest is the only way to fix it. There's no failure, no fall, there's no sin you don't already know. So let the truth be told. There's a sign on the door, says come as you are, but I doubt it. 'Cause if we live like that was true, every Sunday morning pew would be crowded. But didn't you say church should look more like a hospital? A safe place for the sick, the sinner and the scarred and the prodigals like me. Well, truth be told, the truth is rarely told. Oh, am I the only one who says I'm fine? Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, I'm fine. Hey, I'm fine, but I'm not. I'm broken, and when it's out of control, I say it's under control, but it's not. And you know it. I don't know why it's so hard to admit it, when being honest is the only way to fix it. There's no failure, no fall, there's no sin you don't already know. So let the truth be told. Can I really stand here unashamed, knowing that your love for me won't change? Oh God, if that's really true, then let the truth be told. I say I'm fine, yeah, I'm fine, oh, I'm fine, hey, I'm fine, but I'm not. I'm broken, and when it's out of control, I say it's under control, but it's not. And you know it. I don't know why it's so hard to admit it, when being honest is the only way to fix it. There's no failure, no fall, there's no sin you don't already know. Yeah, I know. There's no failure, no fall, there's no sin you don't already know. So let the truth be told.
You're listening to Keep the Faith. I'm Penny. Being at home can make you way more restless, or it can lead to more discovery in really encouraging ways. Just ask Danny Goki.
There's hope in front of me. There's a light, I still see it.
He was traveling thousands of miles every month performing his music, and all of a sudden, he found himself at home way more than he ever planned, in what you might call a season of stillness.
I think some good changes have been made in my personal life with my family. I mean, because you got to think about it, all of 2020 was basically canceled as far as touring is concerned, and what I do is my livelihood. I don't know if you heard the statistics, but most people, I think like 67% or some weird statistic of people have now taken up new hobbies that they've been wanting to do for years. I'm included in that statistic. One of the things we did, we started a garden. Not the best looking garden, but it's doing its job so far. and you know what's even funnier is that I almost became a beekeeper. I was even looking into getting a beehive and starting to harvest my own honey. And so I think maybe that might be next year's project, because I need to learn a lot more about that. Since I've had a moment to pause, everything had to stop and you had to refigure everything out, right? I'm kind of glad I'm not on the road like I used to be. I'm seeing how the effect of my family is, and the cohesiveness is there more than ever before. The behavior of my children is improving because I'm home more. You know, it's easy to think in our lives that money will solve a lot of the problems. And although my income dropped significantly, the morale of my family went up. I know it sounds like military terms, but literally. And I'm like, man, this whole money thing is just kind of overrated. What else have I been missing? So I just been leaning in, praying, asking God to show me his perspective of what my life needs to be now. And I think less touring's in that. So the idea is like more impact, less work type is the approach I'm taking towards my career.
I don't wanna be afraid every time I face the waves. I don't wanna be afraid. I don't wanna be afraid. And I don't wanna fear the storm just because I hear it roar. I don't wanna fear the storm. I don't wanna fear the storm. Peace, be still, say the word, and I will set my feet upon the sea till I'm dancing in the deep. Peace, be still, you are here, so it is well. Even when my eyes can't see, I will trust. not gonna be afraid, 'cause these waves are only waves. I'm not gonna be afraid. No, I'm not gonna be afraid. And I'm not gonna fear the storm. You are greater than its roar. Oh, I'm not gonna fear the storm. No, I'm not gonna fear it all. Peace be still, say the word, and I will set my feet upon the sea till I'm dancing in the deep. Peace be still, you are here, so it is well. Even when my eyes can't see, I will trust the voice that speaks. Peace, peace over me. Let faith rise up, oh heart, believe. Let faith rise up in me. Let faith rise up, oh heart, believe. Let faith rise up in me. Oh, let faith rise up, oh heart, believe. Let faith rise up in me. Peace be still, say the word, and I will set my feet upon the sea till I'm dancing in the deep. Oh, peace be still, you are here, so it is well. Even when my eyes can't see, I will trust the voice that speaks. Peace, peace over me. I hear you speaking peace, peace over me.
What he's saying in Be Still is literally stop striving. And of course, that is what the busy woman is doing. She's striving, she's trying, she's working so hard.
Alarm clock screaming, bare feet hit the floor. Yeah, it's off to the races, everybody out the door. I'm feeling like I'm falling behind. It's a crazy life.
So much of what we do, if we're really honest, is either trying to impress people or to build up our pride. I mean, it's just a sad truth. And if we can lay down some of that need to impress others and simply stand in God's presence, wow, then we really can be still.
Just breathe, just breathe. Come and rest at my feet. Just breathe.
Hello, I'm Ted Baer with your Moving On Minute on Keep the Faith. Have your plans ever been derailed by an unexpected event? That is the case for Layla and Derek in the new romantic comedy on Up TV, The Baby Proposal. The Baby Proposal is about two Chicago morning show hosts who clash over their different working styles. Layla and Derek are now being considered to host a popular network program, but tensions rise about who will get the job. As they each prepare for their career-changing opportunity, one of their fans drops off a baby at the studio. Derek's sister and her husband offer to adopt the baby, but they're stuck at an airport wondering how to proceed. The Baby Proposal emphasizes the importance of human life and also emphasizes the biblical virtues of integrity, sacrifice, and humbly working out differences for the good of others. How can you act with humility to those around you even when things get tense? The Baby Proposal has very few cautions, but for the full review, check out movieguide.org. Movie Guide is a not-for-profit organization.
This is Keep the Faith. Next on Keep the Faith, one man learned something important about being still in a really unique way.
I came home and I was getting ready for work, opened my underwear drawer, and only had one pair of underwear left. I got emotional. You know, pastor should wear underwear. What am I going to do tomorrow? And then when I opened my sock drawer, I actually started crying because I didn't have any socks left.
Spend today in a conversation in the mirror, face to face with somebody less than perfect. I wouldn't choose me first if I was looking for a champion. In fact, I'd understand if you picked everyone before me. But that's just not my story. True to who you are, you saw my heart and made something out of nothing. So I don't need my name in lights. I'm famous in my Father's eyes. Make no mistake, He knows my name. I'm not living for applause. I'm already so adored. It's all His stage. He knows my name. He knows my name. I'm not meant to just stay quiet. I'm meant to be a lion. I'll roar beyond a song with every moment that I've got. True to who you are, you saw my heart and made something out of nothing. I don't need my name in lights. I'm famous in my Father's eyes. Make no mistake, He knows my name. I'm not living for applause. I'm already so adored. It's all His stage. He knows my name. He knows my name. He calls me chosen, free, forgiven, wanted, child of the King. His forever, held in treasure. I am loved. I don't need my name in lights. I'm famous in my Father's eyes. I don't need my name in lights. I'm famous in my Father's eyes. Make no mistake, He knows my name. I'm not living for applause. I'm already so adored. It's all His stage. He knows my name. He knows my name.
Keep the Faith, the home of contagious encouragement.
I think we live in a culture that rewards achievement and productivity and maybe overvalues those things and then undervalues things like rest and peace and deep connection.
I'm finding myself at a loss for words. And the funny thing is, it's okay.
Keep calm and carry on. And so the issue is not to create calm and move out to a serene island. It really is to find it in the midst of all kinds of crazy and be able to be that island.
Word of God speak, would you pour down like rain, washing my eyes to see your majesty, to be still and know that you're in this place. Please let me stay and rest in your holiness. Word of God speak.
The first
first step for dealing with fear when you're in a storm is just keep people praying for you. Keep saying, Jesus had to go back 3 times into the Garden of Gethsemane for prayer. If he had to keep going back, how much more do we, for crying out loud? Peter had the whole church praying for him, and it worked. He was at peace.
Beyond the music, beyond the noise, all that I need is to be with you, and in the quiet, hear your voice.
And it's those moments where you feel that sense of quietness in your soul. It's the moment when you're looking at a sunset or something strikingly beautiful, or a kid laughing, or something that's so pure, something that's so pristine, that you know that there has to be something more.
Please let me stay and rest in your holiness. Word of God, speak. Would you pour down like rain?
Breathe and think about your options. You can find a way through this, and then you find a couple of other believers. Pretty soon, we have a community that's healing on the other side of a major crisis instead of people staying stuck in panic.
Please let me stay and rest in your holiness. I'm finding myself at a loss for words, and the funny thing is, it's okay.
For more stories and resources to help you find peace in the stillness, just visit KeepTheFaith.com.
I remember how you told me that life may not be easy, and everything that I need, you've already given me. I remember how you told me I can trust you completely. So why am I doubting when you prove that you'd fight for me? You've walked me through fires, pulled me from flames. If you're in this with me, I won't be afraid. When the smoke billows higher, oh, and higher, and it feels like I can barely breathe, I walk through these fires, 'cause you're walking with me. I'm changed by your mercy, covered by your peace. I'm living out the victory. Doesn't mean I won't feel the heat. You've walked me through fires, pulled me from flames. If you're in this with me, I won't be afraid. When the smoke billows higher, oh, and higher, and it feels like I can barely breathe, I walk through these fires, 'cause you're walking with me. I can face anything, 'cause you're here with me. I can do all things, 'cause you strengthen me. I remember how you showed me the price of my redemption. Lord, how could I question when you proved that you died for me? You've walked me through fires, pulled me from flames. If you're
listening to Keep the Faith.
Hi, I'm Keith Stevens. Maybe it's human nature to try to create comfort and peace on our own by tirelessly working, striving, and protecting. Well, when that becomes a lifestyle, it can wear on you and you lose out on some of the richness that comes in being still. Maybe you need regularly scheduled rest. Robert Morris has been there. He's the pastor of Gateway Church in Dallas and a best-selling author with a new book called Take the Day Off.
Well, the inspiration for this book actually goes all the way back to what I call the Great Underwear Crisis of 2004. And what I mean by that is I'd been traveling a lot and going without taking the day off. And I came home and I was getting ready for work, opened my underwear drawer, and only had one pair of underwear left. I got emotional. You know, pastor should wear underwear. What am I going to do tomorrow? I couldn't think about going and buying some or washing or whatever. And then when I opened my sock drawer, I actually started crying because I didn't have any socks left. And so I told my friend at lunch about it. And I said, I think I'm losing my mind. And he said, you're not losing your mind. You're just tired. And that's when I started studying about what the Bible actually says about rest. And so I had to put practices in place of not checking my emails, not returning emails, not working on messages or presentations or writing or anything at least one day a week. And immediately I noticed a difference in my health and my attitudes and my emotions when I started resting one day a week. And I really believe that if we do things God's ways, then we can actually get more done in 6 days than we can by working 7.
This is Keep the Faith.
I'm Katie with some contagious encouragement here on Keep the Faith. Almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you.
When I think about where I would have been without you, I'm so glad it's a place I never have to be. Even if I tried, I couldn't count the ways. Not enough for words for me to ever say just how good you are to me. Hey, how could I hide this joy inside of me? Amazing grace, oh Lord, how can it be? Every day of my life I want the world to see. I can't get over what you've done for me. You got me singing like amen, 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 oh, amen. What you did has given me a hope forever. And what you do has shown me you will never leave. Oh, even if I tried, I couldn't count the ways. Not enough of words for me to ever say just how good you are to me. Yeah. How could I hide this joy inside of me? Amazing grace, oh Lord, how can it be? Every day of my life I want the world to see. I can't get over what you've done for me. You got me singing like amen, 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 oh, amen. I can't get over what you've done for me. That's why I gotta sing. I can't get over what you've done for me. That's why I gotta sing. Every mountain, every valley, ever since the day you found me. I can't get over what you've done for me. That's why I gotta sing. Amen.
listening to Keep the Faith.
Hi, I'm Jason from Building 429. Sometimes we're brought to our knees in order for God to get our attention. If you've been brought to your knees and through the power of prayer have risen to greater heights, please call us now and share your story. Because through the power of sharing your story, you can help so many others. So call us now at 1-800-726-4150. That's 1-800-726-4150.
I had recently moved and had worked 1 year. It was during the downturn of the economy. Pretty much just gotten here and was laid off year to the day. My first thought was, okay, Lord, I'm packing up and I'm moving back where I came from to another state. And I can honestly say I clearly heard the voice of God say, be still, stand still. And I thought, whoa, that's weird. But I said, okay, God, if I'm going to stand still, you're going to have to take care of me while I do that, because I don't know how else I'm going to make it. And I have to say that that has truly been an experience for me of favor. I would say take advantage of every opportunity that God grants you to be still, because when you're still, you get direction. You can hear better. You can see better. Your sight is magnified. When you're running and you just mayhem that you're in, things are just skewed. Just be still and let your faith do the talking and the walking.
I need the kind of love that can outlast the night. I need the kind of love that is willing to fight when the going gets tough and my strength's not enough. I see you showing up like never before. This battle for my heart, you took on from the start. You are the peace when my mind's at war. And oh, you will never stop fighting for me when I can't fight for myself. Every word is a promise you keep, 'cause you love me like nobody else. You stand up for me in the darkest night when my faith is weak. You're still by my side. You will never stop fighting for me. You will never stop fighting for me. In the perfect timing, you make all things right. You paint a silver lining in this heart.